man.
We are joining NLC protest against rising wage of insecurity today.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us your view about insecurity in the country?
It's unprecedented level of insecurity. And it's insecurity that is driven by incompetence, insecurity that is driven by corruption, insecurity that is driven by lack of awareness of what constitutes security by the leaders of Nigeria. People always make a mistake that security is only limited to physical security alone. But what we have warned over the years is that lack of social protection, lack of education, the lack of opportunity for our people is going to lead to massive insecurity. So even as we are calling for immediate short-term solutions to this insecurity, our position is that the long-term solution is economic security, it's job security, it's security in the power sector. Because without stopping all these insecurities, you are only putting band-aids on an open wound driven by cancer. That's our position. But you understand that this problem cannot be solved by the people who created it. A minister of defense, a minister of state for defense, who is involved in actively funding bandits can never end the security. A president of Nigeria whose political career was built on creating insecurity in Lagos can never end insecurity. And all these governors who are driven by selfish interests, whose only agenda is to steal security funds, can never end insecurity. So beyond just hoping that they will end insecurity, you must hope, you must fight for the will to overthrow this particular old order. That's the solution to the problem. Yes. Well, I'm not in a position to speak on behalf of the NLC. Like you rightly mentioned, I'm an ally of Nigerian workers, and we were invited as a courtesy to be part of this protest. So when they commence the protest, they'll give you the exact demands that they have of the government. What we know on the civil society side is that the country is bleeding, and the bleeding ought to be immediately stopped. And that Nigeria, or the leadership of Nigeria, has failed to protect the people of Nigeria at this time. I don't need to reel to you the casualties all over the country. People are getting kidnapped, people are getting from places of worship, whether you're a Muslim or a Christian. We have over 250 kids still in captivity in Nigeria, and everybody's behaving as if everything is normal. We've moved on. Nobody's even talking about those things anymore. We even have our soldiers of the Nigerian Air Force captured by a small republic of Burkina Faso. It looks like everything has broken down irretrievably, and we have a duty to keep conscientizing and mobilizing Nigerian people to sit there and look, enough is enough. And that is why we are here to march peacefully with the NSC leadership, because they invited us to be part of it. But in terms of what they exactly want, I think they are in a better position to say that. Because I know that as of last night, they were still with the government. So their priorities might have changed, but I don't think their demands could have changed. Yes. Well, there's no reason for us to be giving excuses that insecurity has always been an issue. Insecurity has not always been an issue. The level of insecurity we have in Nigeria now has never been to this level. Even during the period of the Civil War, which I didn't experience but I read about, life was going on in different parts of the country. If you want to think about the zones during the Civil War, only the Southeast was blanketed in terms of violence and strife. But in the case of Nigeria today, you tell me which region of Nigeria is safe. None. If you go to the Southeast, it's unsafe. You go to the Southwest, it's unsafe. You go to the Northwest, it's completely under siege. You go to the Northeast, it's completely been taken over. In terms of even territory, Nigeria has lost almost 30% of its territory to non-state actors. that they designate themselves as terrorists. They call them bandits, kidnappers. But the truth is that Nigeria is completely blanketed at this time, and it seems as if the leadership of Nigeria has lost complete control of the security of the country. I'm just explaining that to you so that you know that it is not true that insecurity has always been there, not at the level that we are experiencing now. No.
I don't know when we should stop working on insinuation. Insinuation by who? NLC is an organization that has its own channel of communication. I'm not sure we sent any letter to the media calling off of the action. So I don't know where you got that inspiration. Or is meeting with the president the same thing as call off? Please let me know.
All right, so what are the demands? I did ask this question earlier, and I don't know that as the Congress, you have some core demands that you're going to make today. What are those core demands that you're making on the president?
Before now, we did a letter to the president to discuss state of the nation with him. And that was in June, precisely June 16th. And between that time and now, we have made efforts. A letter to the minister, through the Minister of Labor, acknowledged. Letter to the CSO, to the president, acknowledged. A letter through the secretary to the government, acknowledged. And between June and now, some of them acknowledged on the 17th, exactly 6 months today. Between that time and now, none of them communicated to the president. And part of the discussion we wanted to hold with the president is on national issue of security, both physical security, physical insecurity and financial insecurity. So it took this issue of action, which was basically to protest and to list to them the level of physical and financial insecurity that the workers are passing through. That yesterday, I think through the governors forum, or through the progressive governors, we were able to secure a meeting with the president. And we listed all these issues, including the issue of crisis in the academic tertiary institutions. And we were clear with him, of course he agreed, that there should be a negotiating machinery in the academic, in the tertiary institutions, so that it is not this today ASU, following the SANO, following the NAS. So agreed on that. On the issue of the health workers that have been on strike for a long time, we agreed on that, and he gave the governors there the channel of getting back to him and interfacing between us and him, because it appears all the bureaucratic channels have collapsed. You know, they are not working together, nobody, and I'm not sure they meet him. You know, we now discuss this issue of insecurity, fiscal insecurity, and financial insecurity. And he said, you know, that the security situation did not start with him, which we appreciate, but our leadership is a continuum. And he said he has done a lot, and we lamented on the issue of equipment by our own security, which he said he has gone far in making sure that in no distant time, the issue of this insecurity will be a thing of the past. And he now said that he had pulled Nigeria out of economic hardship, which will now say he wants it to translate to the pocket of the workers. And on the basis of that, Mr. President agreed that the entire National Executive Council of the NLC will have a meeting with him, I think so, yeah. NAC of NLC by January, you know, so that all those issues will be discussed. And you can see that these are discussions and action in progress. But whether that will now, people will now translate it to calling off protests, that's not the position of Congress. Calling for this protest is to call attention on the seriousness of both financial and fiscal insecurity. And you can see from him even agreeing to talk with us yesterday, is getting momentum. And as we progress, you know, the awareness and consciousness will be created. So I don't see why, you know, people will try to demarcate themselves, not the NLC.
President, where is the procession?
Usual deployment of security men around.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah. It's normal. For the success of any protest is about the number of policemen, DSS, that we are either sent to secure us or to stop us. Either way, that's the success. And we envisage all this. You know, so if they stop us that shows that our action, it has effect. If they protect us, that equally shows that action has effect. But we have noticed some reaction from the security apparatus, especially the hierarchy, and we want to put it on record that industrial relation issues is not a security issue. So anytime we have an action, it will be wrong to send the heads of security institutions to negotiate with us. It's a no-no. In terms of labor issues, the office of the secretary to the government and the minister of labor are responsible. So not the heads of security, whether that is to intimidate us or not. I've never seen any country where if there are labor issues, we call security people either to intimidate us or whatever. So that's the point. That's what you are seeing here now, and I think it should be seen in that.
Shall we continue to allow impunity reign in Nigeria? Before we just get here, we have here our acting general secretary of Norway. Present here with us, our national executives are leading by the front. Greatest Nigerian workers. I will give the microphone to the Deputy President who are certain on what they want to do, and they must do it for the safety of Nigerians and Nigerian workers. Today, Barrister Joe Achero. Put your hands together for it. Victory! There is victory for us. In the struggle, for our members, there is victory for us. Forward! Our people united! The struggle continues! The struggle continues! Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian workers! Most organized Nigerian workers! Most articulate Nigerian workers! I want to say, I want to vibrate, I want to organize, I want to pollute, I want to